Back to our headlines here, and new this morning, more costly problems for new homeowners. Last week we brought you Jessica Ainsley's story. She bought a house and then found major structural damage that she was quoted nearly $200,000 to fix. Today we're bringing you the story of Mike and Erin Waller, who were struggling to find a place because of our region's housing shortage. When they finally got their home, they found damage that cost them around $120,000 to fix.
I was calling this our love nest because Valentine's Day, and I was very excited. This is my first home purchase, so there was a lot of anticipation and excitement.
Mike and Erin Waller bought the split-level home in Webster on Valentine's Day last year. In the current housing market, buyers are often paying tens of thousands above asking price and foregoing inspections in the hope their offer gets accepted. That's the Waller story. Nonetheless, it felt like a dream come true when they got their house, but things quickly took a turn.
2 days later, I went to the house, and there was water coming in 3 different areas. At that point, we realized we had a major issue.
Then they brought in a contractor who found major structural issues, saying load-bearing walls were removed, the electrical work was hazardous, and there was deteriorated wood.
We had to tear out the entire cathedral ceiling. We had dumpsters outside for 3 months. Now we're alarmed. Our house is not even safe to live in. It would have potentially killed us had we moved in.
According to the property condition disclosure statement, the seller owned the house from 2021 and never lived in it, though the listing suggests there was work done, including a brand new kitchen and bathrooms.
All of the issues that we were seeing in the house made us think, well, were they really honest about the escalating clause? Was there really another offer at the time of ours?
An escalation clause in a real estate contract allows a buyer to automatically increase their offer by a set increment over any higher competing offer up to a specified amount. The Wallers had one. The house was listed for nearly $400,000 and they were willing to go up to $475,000. But when their realtor called to say there was an identical offer and if they're willing to increase, they may have a shot at getting the house, they went up to $481,000.
We also should have been privy to those offers.
Ultimately, the Wallers filed a complaint with the Greater Rochester Association of Realtors, and after an ethics panel heard them out, they agreed that the realtors acted unethically and they were fined.
For once, we finally felt like we were heard.
After going to multiple attorneys to see if they have a case, they determined that wasn't a direction they were ready to go in. According to Lacey Katz and attorney Jayla Lombardo with New York Real Estate, it's buyer beware.
The only way to get any recovery at all is to prove that your seller had actual knowledge of a defect, failed to disclose, or did something to actively conceal the defect, and then lied about it on the property condition disclosure form, which is a very, very difficult standard. It could cost you easily $25,000 to $50,000 to litigate these disputes to even get the information you need to prove that someone failed to disclose or actively concealed a defect.
The Wallers used all of their finances to pay for the $120,000 in repairs to the house, including using their children's college tuition.
Going into this, I just didn't think that there were people out there that would do the things that were done on this house and for this transaction.
I've lost faith in humanity. I don't know how people can do their jobs with such little regard for human life and make a ginormous profit in the process. And we were very fortunate that we were able to rebuild this home that is now safe and livable.
We reached out to the seller's agent, who is part of Howard Hanna. In a statement, they say in part, quote, Howard Hanna is committed to professional standards and full compliance with all New York State disclosure and agency requirements. In every transaction, licensed agents are required to rely on seller-provided disclosures and independent inspections conducted as part of the due diligence process. Agents do not perform structural evaluations. We also reached out to the Wallers realtor and the seller, but haven't heard back.
Another good story following up. Thank you, Ron.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand. Plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.